Hi, I'm Tim Sparks, and today I'm going to do a lesson on playing Brazilian style bossa nova and samba guitar rhythms. This lesson is going to focus on the right hand, which is doing the picking. You can do this either with your thumb and fingers, or you can do it with a guitar pick and your fingers. The first thing I'd like to point out is a common mistake I think I see people making when they're playing Latin rhythms is they're coordinating their thumb and fingers and hitting all together, like so. I'd like to show you a system that I think works much better. I learned this from a great Brazilian guitar player named Nilton Rangel, who's from Recife. And he explained bossa nova guitar and the rhythms in it and how they emerged out of the African music and religious traditions from Recife, where he grew up, the way he learned it. The first point is the thumb is always going to play on one, on the downbeat. It doesn't syncopate. It mimics a drum called a Surdo, which is a big bass drum that plays in these carnival processions they call batucada. And batuque is a group of drummers playing different drums and different rhythms, and in its most purest sense, it's a religious experience. It's kind of like each rhythm is a kind of a mantra, almost, and the Surdo is playing the one. The fingers here are going to play rhythms that come from an instrument called the Tamborim, which is a little tambourine type that's held and then played with a stick that plays all the syncopation. So the thumb's going 1, 2. The fingers are going to play the syncopation. So we're going to put it together and it'll be like this. So let's back up a little bit and start a little slower, and we'll start with a very simple example of a rhythm that comes from what is known as the Maracatu, which is a African religious festival and tradition. And here's one of the Maracatu rhythms that is kind of a foundation of the samba and bossa nova guitar pattern. Just going to play it with my right hand on open strings. Thumb's playing on the 6th string on the E, and the fingers are playing on 4, 3, and 2. So you'll notice it's there's 4 beats, and on the 3rd beat there's a kind of a skip that the fingers make. That's what distinguishes it. Let's isolate that and play that as a cycle for a minute. Okay. Work on that till you've got it going on with your right hand, then we'll add a chord. We'll add a chord that's like a D major 9. Create a little vamp now. We're going to go from D major 9 to C major 9 and back. Another nice vamp is to play from A minor 7 to A minor 6. And this sounds like this. You can also play a turnaround. This turnaround will be D major 7, D sharp diminished, D minor 9, E minor 9 I mean, and then E flat 7 sharp 9. So it's D major 7, D sharp diminished, E minor 9, E flat 7 sharp 9. And you'll notice the fourth finger is playing in each of these chords, the top note. So it's like a pedal tone through the top of the chords. And we can play our pattern this way. So after you've played this Maracatu right hand pattern for a while and gotten used to it, we'll do this. We'll play a more classic kind of bossa nova pattern. This is one kind of pattern that emerged out of this Maracatu, and it goes like this. Let's play it once again, just using our right hand. You'll notice that the second half of this pattern is still that Maracatu that we've already learned. So the beginning has a little more syncopation in it. I'm trying to stick to what I'm talking about, but sometimes my fingers have a mind of their own, but I think you're basically getting the idea. So let's try playing that turnaround using the new pattern. Here's another little vamp idea I want to add. If you would take our D major 9 chord, and that is to alternate the bass line, so you're alternating from playing D to playing A on the 6th string, like so. It sounds like this. So there's a kind of introduction to bossa nova rhythms. Provided links that you can do a deeper dive if you like to read about the Maracatu and more about how the African rhythms and how they're associated with their belief system and religious traditions have percolated up through the music of Brazil in an unbelievably beautiful and sublime and spectacular fashion. And I hope you enjoy this and it enriches your guitar playing. And feel free to get a hold of me with questions if there's anything you'd like me to try to explain further. And good guitar playing to you.